back to my channel. So it's been a while since I've sat down in front of the camera and actually filmed a real video. I did Vlogmas, but that of course is like taking you along with me with everything I do. So I haven't filmed a sit down video in a little over a month, I think. But today I'm gonna kick off my like best of 2021 videos. I think I'm actually gonna call this series like my most loved or my most used products of 2021 because I've done videos in the past of like best of 2020, best of 2019. And with those, like, I felt like I was like a little unorganized because I didn't quite know how to approach them. I felt like I needed to like include only products that maybe came out in each of those years, or include products that came out in those years as well as products I used during those years. So I'm just gonna call it like my most used or most loved product of 2021. I'm not sure which one of those I'm gonna pick yet, but it's gonna be one or the other, so you'll know when you click on this video. But I also have done these videos in the past as one video with everything in it, like makeup, like all makeup, face makeup, eye makeup, lip makeup, lifestyle, and stuff like that. So for this, I'm gonna do separate videos. The first one is gonna cover face makeup, the second one is gonna cover eye makeup, and then the third one's gonna cover lip makeup, and I think I'm also gonna do a fourth one that's gonna do like lifestyle and random products. So I'm gonna do face makeup today, and basically I'm just gonna go through like the makeup that I used the most throughout the year, which kind of equals that it was the best for me that year. Some of this stuff was released in the year of 2021. Some of it I used just a lot during 2021. I'll have honorable mention products, which are products that I've already raved about in either past best of videos or like just videos in general. And you'll know what those products are as we come up to them if you've watched my videos at all in the past. But I will cover those in case you are new. If you are new, by the way, hello, welcome. I'm Monica. Please feel free to hang around, subscribe, hit the notification bell, check out some more of my videos. Hopefully you will like them and me and find my content sort of helpful or at least a little entertaining. But anyway, that's enough rambling. Let's go ahead and get to the face products of 2021 that I use the most. So first, we have the Hard Candy Smoothing Primer Balm. So this one I actually featured in a dupes video, and I'll link it in the eye. This one was a dupe for the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I really like this one. My favorite primer of 2020 was the e.l.f. Putty Primer, but this one beat that one out, and it'll be time to get a new one soon. I absolutely love this one. It really just does a great job of blurring pores, and it's not, like the e.l.f. Putty Primer I really like, but this one is easier to smooth across. The other one is a little bit stiffer, the e.l.f. one is, and this one just kind of just sinks right into your skin, and it makes you look like you have much more perfected skin than you actually do. So I definitely recommend this one. It's also like, I think it's maybe like $8, maybe $6. And you can pick it up at Walmart or of course on Hard Candy's website. I just really love this stuff. I did a Foundation 5 series last year, which actually I'm gonna be doing the second season of that series coming up soon. But basically it's when I tried 5 different foundations over the course of 5 days. And then I did like a finale video where I talked about the pros and the cons of each and everything like that. And each individual video covering the foundation that I was doing that day had like a full-on first impressions and review. And one of those was the Pretty Natural foundation. This is a hydrating foundation. It's only like $6.99. And it was my favorite one that I discovered and had tried out for that series. I absolutely love it. It is so easy. It's really inexpensive. You get 1 full ounce and it is like, it's just so nice. I wouldn't say it's super dewy looking, but I don't think it dries out my skin or anything like that. And it contains hyaluron, obviously hyaluronic acid, and aloe vera in it. And it's just such a nice foundation. I do wish they had more shades in their shade range, but hopefully they will take the reins on that and expand the shade range soon. But this is kind of like a light to medium coverage foundation. I don't get full with it, but I really like the way it looks. It's a very natural looking foundation and I am obsessed with it. So another foundation that came out in 2021 was this Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. So this is supposed to be long wearing and it's obviously hydrating. It's got hyaluronic acid in it. I tried this in a video last year and really loved it. Also love the packaging. Like, I'm a rose gold sucker. But this is just such a nice foundation. I really do enjoy it. and I just love the way it looks on my skin. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Catrice's website. Catrice used to be sold at Ulta, but I think that they're stopping that. But this is great. It is very similar to the L'Oreal Fresh Wear. That is my all-time favorite foundation. And it's just really similar and just so, it's full coverage, and it's, Tati did a video about it and she raved about it. I really like it too. I think the shade's a little bit misleading because the shade I actually tried in the video where I tested this was like neutral porcelain, which is actually darker than neutral ivory, and usually ivory is darker than porcelain. But anyway, this one I think is just so nice, and it's really good if you have kind of like combination to dry skin, because it's not super like radiant dewy, it's not like slidey. It really does stay a while, but it's a little bit more like hydrating. So if that makes any sense. Really love this one. Speaking of the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, this is an honorable mention because I have talked about it to no end. I've covered it, so I'm gonna try to not hang out too long on this one, but this is just a great foundation. I wore it for my wedding, wear it for all the major occasions, everyday wear. It's just one of the most versatile, customizable foundations. I love it. You can get light coverage with it depending on how you apply it. You can get full coverage. I think that this is just the best, and I haven't found one that tops this. I found ones that are close, like the ones I have mentioned. Really love those as well, but this one is just, it's just so special, and I love it. So I actually talked about this in my Vlogmas series. I think it was like the first episode, and I talked about how this is my favorite powder foundation. This is the J-Cat powder foundation. I'm actually wearing it today. Very pretty. It's so easy. I just take it with the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush and just apply it like that, and it looks so good. I love this stuff. It's not the most long wearing, and like when I'm comparing it to the other foundations I have here, but it does wear for a good 8 to 8.5 hours before I feel like, okay, it's starting to crack and stuff, you know. But this stuff is so good, and it's $13.99. And a lot of times they have sales through Ulta Beauty. I got a backup of this during an Ulta Beauty sale at the beginning of December, or it might have been a Black Friday sale. I think it actually was Black Friday, and I got it in December and unboxed or whatever in my first Vlogmas episode. And I got it for $6.99 then, so this is excellent. The concealer that really won me over this year and was released this year is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Concealer. Obviously, it was released at the same time that this one was, and I love this. I'm wearing it today, and it is just so nice. This is a really great concealer for under your eyes, as well as on blemishes if you have like an active breakout, or if you have like scarring from a breakout and you're like, I just need a little bit of extra coverage. This is an excellent concealer to do that with. It's just amazing. I've heard a lot of people like this. I've heard people with different skin types than me like this. By the way, I have combination to dry skin, and my under eyes can get a little bit drier, especially in the winter time like it is right now. But I've worn this in the summer and the winter, and I love it all year round, and I've seen a lot of people who really like it as well. So an honorable mention concealer is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This one I've loved for many years, but I rediscovered it actually in November, so it was close to the end, but I'm putting it in here because I've used it before, and every time I try it again, I'm like, why do I ever stop using this stuff? This is so good. So I absolutely love this. I'm so excited that I tried it again. It's just great all the way around. It's also really good if you like are wearing a mask and you have a little bit of like just rub off on your nose. This is excellent to just go in and touch it up with, let it out with a sponge, because it doesn't get caught on powder. I know that liquid over powder is like taboo in makeup, but if you need to and you're like, oh, like I'm going to an event and I have this like messed up thing because of a mask or whatever, this is excellent to fix that. Something that's kind of a concealer but more of a color corrector is this Charlotte Tilbury color corrector. This is in the shade Fair. I actually got this for a Charlotte Tilbury video where I actually found a bunch of dupes, and the dupe for this was the Pixie one. And I really like the Pixie one, but this one I just reach for anytime I'm just like, ugh, like I want a little bit of something, but I don't want to try that hard. It's so easy. Like products like this, I just go in with my fingers and I'm like, okay, we're done. Pixie works the same way. I just really can't stop reaching for this. It's so excellent. And if you're like a person who's wearing like a tinted sunscreen and you're like, well, my eyes, I don't need like a full-fledged concealer, but I want something, this is a great product for that. And they have, I think, a couple of other shades. It's not like a full concealer shade range because they're more color correctors, but this is just excellent. And it's so blendable, but not like slippery and gross. Like it's blendable, but it doesn't like sweat off weird, whatever. Doesn't make any sense. For my loose powder of the year, I believe I have mentioned this. I think I mentioned it last year, but this is kind of an honorable mention. I didn't find a loose powder this year that I loved, like was like released in the year 2021. I was using this one as well as the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, which I'll put a picture of on the screen. This is just so excellent. These are both excellent products. They help diminish pores and they help just kind of like, you know, make you look more perfected and set everything in place. So I really do like this. It is a little bit more expensive for the amount of product you get. You only get 0.26 ounces, but the Maybelline Fit one is closer to 5 and you get a little bit more product, but I do really like this one as well. This was something that I actually tried in a video that was comparing this one and the Fenty powder foundation. So this was released in 2021, but it was at the very beginning of the year. And it's the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Powder Foundation. And when I tried it out, I was like, I don't like the way it's working. Like with this one, I just go in with a brush and it's like my full-on foundation. This one, like, I know a lot of people raved about it on TikTok, but I like to go in with like a brush and just like real quick. I don't really like to use puffs. So I was like, oh, what a bust. And I actually ended up returning the Fenty one because it broke me out. But this one I kept, and then I started using it to set my whole face. And I was like, this is working really well. I really like the way this is. And so since then, that's how I've been using it. You can see I've gotten a lot of use out of it. It's an excellent powder for that. I just wouldn't suggest it for like an actual just standalone powder foundation. But as a setting powder for your face, I think it's great. For highlighter, I don't believe this came out in the year 2021, but I bought it last year. And it's the Fenty Beauty Killawatt highlighters. And I was just walking around Sephora with my friend and I saw it and I was like, I want that. And it's got this like more natural highlighter over here and a more like glitzy one. You can see which one I use more. I have this on today and it's so natural and pretty. And if you're like a person who doesn't want like the glitzy highlighters with all the glitter, I think that you would really like this. And you can use this as like maybe an eyeshadow or something like that. But I just really, really, really love this highlighter. I haven't even really tried a lot from Fenty Beauty that I was like wowed by. I'm not against the brand, but like, you know, this was just the only product I found from the brand that's like, I'm just like, wow, that is amazing. I love it. Another highlighter that actually did come out in 2021 is this Catrice More Than a Glow highlighter. I love this stuff. It's got like this rose gold glimmer and it's very similar to the Killawatt one, except it gives just a little bit of a different look on the skin, a little bit more dramatic than the like more natural highlighter in the Fenty Killawatt than like the more dramatic one. So it's kind of like a middle of the road highlighter, but I absolutely love this stuff. I use it so much. It's so inexpensive. I really do like the brand Catrice. I think it is so good. We have a bronzer. My favorite bronzer of the year, like in the powder bronzer, was the L'Oreal Lumi powder bronzer. I talked about this in a best at the drugstore video, I think. I don't know why I'm holding this up too. I have hit pan, as you can see. I'm wearing it today. It is so natural looking. I love this stuff. I actually heard about it from Jessica Braun, and it works really well on her skin tone. She's just a little bit fairer than I am, but it works so nicely, and it's such a neutral, I can't get it open now. It's such a neutral shade that you can get away with it as bronzer and contour, or if you're just somebody like me who likes a little bit of a more natural looking bronzer in that it's not so orange. So I love this. And then the Danessa Myricks or Myricks, I'm not really sure how you pronounce it, cream bronzer. Also heard about this from Jessica Braun. Love Jessica Braun, what can I say? This was my favorite cream bronzer of the year. It's like a moussey texture and it is so nice. I absolutely love it. As you can see, it is warmer than the L'Oreal Lumi one. This one I wear more during the summer than the winter. Once like fall and winter hit, I go like full on cool toned. I'm like, I don't want any warmth. I want dimension, but not warmth. But this looks so excellent, especially with this brush. This is the e.l.f. Putty Primer brush. They actually do have a putty, I think they have a putty bronzer brush and putty blush brush, but this is just the best for this because it's so small. It's actually like a mini version of their Ultimate Blending Brush, which is my personal favorite foundation brush, which is what I use to apply the JCat foundation, but just really nice, and you can just really use it to get all nice into that cheekbone and really define it. So I guess this is also kind of a favorite, and this did come out in 2021 as well. But back to the bronzer, this is just so excellent. I love it. I can't get enough. And then we have the setting spray, also an honorable mention. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I finally went through the jumbo one, which will be featured in my upcoming empties video, I'm pretty sure. And it was like all warped because I accidentally put it in front of my hairdryer and it just made it melt. But it's an excellent, excellent setting spray. I love this stuff. I'm almost out of this one, so I'm gonna get another one here soon. And then real quick, I wanted to run through some of the like standout applicators and tools. What is that noise? Anyway, I wanted to just tell you about some of my favorite face applicators and tools of the year. So this is kind of an honorable mention because I believe I've mentioned it before, but this is the brush I use for bronzer. It is by the brand Eco Tools. I had to look at it because it like flew out of my mind for a second. But I have two of these actually. It's just, it gives a nice diffused look, and you can still be precise with it so the bronzer's not all over your face, but it just looks really, really good. I absolutely love it. And like I said, I really do love the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. This is what I used for the JCat powder foundation. Look how nice my makeup looks. So this is excellent. I of course already mentioned the mini version of that. As you can see, it really is just like a mini version of that. The Putty Primer Applicator. Really liked the Blendiful dupe pack on Amazon. I'll actually like show a picture of what the whole pack looks like. But basically you can get 4 of these, or you can get 2 of the big ones and 2 of the small ones, which are like total dupes for like the whole pack of Blendifuls. Really love the e.l.f. Camo Concealer Sponge. I talked about it in last year's Best of 2020 video, and it's still my favorite concealer sponge. This is the perfect shape. You could use it for your whole face. I haven't actually ever tried it like that. I think I did once, and it was fine. But this really is just the star for concealer, so I absolutely love this. I also really like this brush and this brush from the Angie Hot and Flashy brush line that she released with BK Beauty. This is the blush brush. It's my favorite brush to apply blush because she applies it similarly to the way I do. Why can't I say that sentence? Angie applies her blush the same kind of way that I do. There we go. And she kind of puts it at an angle and goes up because I like to use blush to kind of lift my face instead of on the apples. I just think it looks better. And then she created a concealer brush, and it is the perfect concealer brush. Before this, I wasn't really a concealer brush person. I'm all about the sponge, but this one is so nice. You can get up in there and it blends so nicely, and it doesn't like look streaky or weird or anything like that. And then lastly, my favorite highlighter brush of the year was the Real Techniques setting powder and highlighting brush, I believe is what it's called. It's just the best shape. I actually have 2 of these now, and it matches my shirt. It really just applies the highlighter so nicely. I used it to apply that Fenty Killawatt highlighter today, and I just love the way it looks. That is it for this episode of like my most used makeup of 2021, or my most loved. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna name it yet, but you know what, it's fine. I hope that you guys liked this video. I hope you kind of like this format. Let me know in the comments if you prefer like a full video of everything together, or if you prefer like episodes because they're a little bit shorter and not so long and talky and, you know, just like drone on and on forever. But just let me know what you think in the comments. I hope that this video was helpful to you. I'm ready to get started in the year 2022. I hope lots of good things will happen for everybody. And, you know, I have goals for myself that I hope I'm able to at least accomplish a few of. But anyway, officially Happy New Year on my channel. I hope you guys are having a great New Year so far. I will see you guys in the next episode.